Oxytocin. You can be strong, you can be intelligent, you can be disciplined, but if your oxytocin system is broken, you will always be alone, even when surrounded by people. Today, we are talking about the hormone that determines whether you have a circle, a tribe, a sense of belonging, or whether you are surviving alone. The hormone without which a human being stops being part of something greater and becomes a lost individual again. This hormone is oxytocin. The metaphysics of oxytocin. Oxytocin is responsible for integrating a person into their inner circle. It is the hormone that tells the body, I am not alone. I am part of something. Without oxytocin, the feeling of being a single organism with another person does not arise. Not a contract, not cooperation, but continuation. This is why oxytocin is embedded in us at the deepest evolutionary level. It regulates the entire chain, from conception to pregnancy to birth to raising a child. Without oxytocin, uterine contractions during orgasm are weaker. Sperm absorption is reduced, labor becomes dysfunctional, and most importantly, attachment does not form. This is why, as disturbing as it sounds, there are cases where mothers abandon newborns. This is not about evil or lack of morality. It is about a severely disrupted oxytocin circuit, often caused by artificial hormonal interference. Oxytocin is the hormone that makes a mother experience the child as an extension of herself and willingly invest her energy, time, and life. Physical manifestations. Oxytocin regulates attachment, muscle tone, emotional tone, and the general sense of warmth toward the world. When oxytocin is low, serotonin is almost always low as well. Because from the perspective of the primitive brain, lack of close bonds means I am alone, I am lost, I am unprotected, I will not survive. High oxytocin states. At high levels, oxytocin feels like profound unity, a state where you and another person, a partner, a friend, a spouse, exist in a shared micro-universe, where words are unnecessary, where silence communicates everything. This is not dependency, this is not loss of identity, it is calm, warm, safe closeness without threat. Low oxytocin states. When oxytocin is low, people constantly argue, misunderstand each other, live in tension and suspicion. A person becomes emotionally unsafe, unable to trust, constantly searching for hidden threats, locked in defensive mode, even when life looks fine on the outside. How to normalize oxytocin? Through the body. Oxytocin is produced by the body, not by thinking. Its main triggers are touch, body warmth, direct eye contact. This is why a mother instinctively wants to hold her newborn, press them close, warm them, look into their eyes. This is a deep, ancient mechanism for forming bonds. Through the mind. Oxytocin increases when people share experiences, speak honestly and directly, find common ground, stop performing roles. Without sincerity and vulnerability, oxytocin does not activate. Through the social environment. The key is a deep inner circle, not many people, but your people. You don't expand the circle, you deepen existing bonds. Over time, these connections become emotional support, stress resilience, psychological stability. Oxytocin is one of the most powerful anti-stress hormones. It can buffer even severe physical and psychological trauma. You can survive alone. You can be effective. You can be tough. But you cannot sustain that forever. Oxytocin is not weakness. It is what makes a human truly human. Do not ignore it. Because survival is not only about fighting, it is also about belonging. Bonus part. Adrenaline. Have you ever noticed that your body is already in panic while our mind hasn't even understood what's happening yet? You're not thinking, you're reacting. Your heart accelerates. Your eyes search for something. Your muscles tighten. That's not weakness, that's adrenaline. Today we're breaking down the hormone that saves lives and quietly destroys them when you don't understand how it works. The metaphysics of adrenaline. Adrenaline is the hormone of action before understanding. It forces the body to move before logic has time to engage. Adrenaline is always released in response to a threat to survival. The threat does not have to be real. It only has to be perceived as real by the nervous system. The reaction is often called fight or flight, but in reality, it looks like this: run, freeze, fight. Freezing is not failure. It is one of the built-in survival options. Adrenaline regulates primal roles: guilty and right, prey and predator, the one in danger and the danger itself. Physical effects. On a physiological level, adrenaline constricts blood vessels, raises blood pressure, accelerates reaction speed, sharply increases nervous system tone. The body enters one mode only: don't think, survive. When adrenaline is too high. At chronically high levels, adrenaline causes inability to focus, compulsive scanning of the environment, inability to calm down. This manifests as anxiety, nervousness, jumpiness, constant inattention. The person feels the urge to move, to run, but has no idea where. This is a key feature of adrenaline. Unlike norepinephrine, it is non-directional. You don't know what you want, you only know what you want to escape from. Blood circulation in the extremities worsens, hands and feet grow cold, and the body starts to feel alien. When adrenaline is low. At low levels of adrenaline, a sense of full situational control appears, emotional stability returns, concentration becomes effortless. A person gains calm courage, resilience, the ability to tolerate extreme internal and external pressure. This is not numbness. It is controlled strength. Interaction with other hormones. Adrenaline is produced less when testosterone is high, cortisol is low. The more capable and battle-ready the body perceives itself, the less it relies on adrenaline. Strong systems don't panic. They respond. The first and most important tool is movement. Not repetitive motion in one place, not treadmills or confined spaces. The visual scene must change. The brain determines movement by tracking objects shifting relative to you. Effective options include driving, cycling, skating, surfing. When the brain realizes you have moved far away from the perceived danger, adrenaline release stops. The second tool is shaking. In the wild, animals that escape predators shake their bodies to discharge leftover adrenaline. Humans were trained out of this behavior. Sit still. Don't shake. Stay composed. As a result, we don't run, don't shake, sit frozen, and burn out from the inside. Through the mind. In panic and anxiety states, the illusion must be confronted directly. Ask yourself, where is the predator? Where is the threat? Panic attacks are not madness. They are scheduled adrenaline releases colliding with physical immobility. If you're alone, you can even shout into the empty space. Come out. Where are you? You provoke the threat, and when nothing answers, the brain receives the signal. There is no danger. Through the social environments. Adrenaline spreads through people. That's why it's critical to stay around calm, grounded individuals. Avoid chronically anxious, chaotic people. Structure your life so that no one can abruptly invade your attention. No one can pull you out of your internal rhythm. Remove negative news consumption, constant notifications, phone sounds. Every notification click is a microdose of adrenaline. We become addicted to it because relief follows when we realize the message wasn't bad. Bugs and distortions. Many anxiety disorders are not psychological pathology. They are consequences of insufficient movement, excessive mental rehearsal of stress scenarios. After war, extreme sports, or intense emotional relationships, adrenaline addiction can form. At high levels, adrenaline can bind to dopamine receptors, locking dangerous behavior in as rewarding. The person starts missing danger itself. Adrenaline is necessary. It saves lives. But living in it permanently is not living. It's surviving. Strength is not the absence of fear. Strength is the ability not to be ruled by it. If this video helped you, subscribe now, because we are just getting started.